because Mark got on really well yesterday with the cladding, I've managed to persuade him to get up early and come to a car boot with me, and Rowan's here too. But so far, we haven't actually managed to find anything. If I can't find Mark, I know to head to the nearest tool stall. It's where he normally is, and here he is today. Yeah. So we've finished at the car boot, and we thought then that we'd pop across to Bread Sauce, which is over here. And can you hear the church bells? They sound amazing. So this is one of my favourite streets in Norwich. It's Upper St Giles Street. And look, there's another blue plaque, so John Mills. So I've just got in and now it's time to go out again. Imogen has a meeting this afternoon with an ex-costume designer, and of course it's always a good idea to go armed with cake. I'm sitting here thinking about some Sunday afternoon musings. I'm looking at my latest car boot find, this iron candelabra, and also looking at my flowers. Thinking that I should really pop down to my allotment and get some fresh flowers because these ones are looking a bit tired. But in all honesty, I'm just not sure that I have the energy. I feel knackered, and not in an elegantly knackered kind of way. When I feel like this, I think the best thing to do is just to sit down in a peaceful, quiet corner and just take stock and relax. And you might wonder what this little fella is doing here. He was a garden find. You might recognise him if you grew up in the 70s. He's a Kellogg's cornflake soldier that came in the packet, and he just sits here now. You might be able to see the Kellogg's mark on the bottom. But he just sits there in my garden, guarding my table. It's actually nice just to sit here in a cooler temperature and look at that sky. We're definitely going to get some rain in a minute. Oh, just sit here and taking it all in. It's raining, yes! Such a welcome sight. So happy. I think that it's going to rain all night, which is just brilliant. The plants really, really need it. Good morning, it's Monday morning and I'm just doing a tiny little garden project and testing out a new microphone at the same time. So this is a different microphone from the one I used last week, and I think you'll find this is even better. Please let me know. Anyway, I have bought myself another solar fountain. I've already got one of these in my other garden and it brings me so much pleasure. Eventually I'd like to have proper water features all around the garden, but that's in 2-3 years' time. So for now, I have bought another one of these, and they're so easy to use. It's from Amazon. It cost about £11.50, and I'll add a link in my descriptions. But I've got this small tin bath, which I'm just currently filling up with water. The great thing about these is I've got 3 of these in my garden, and Maple will actually drink from these as well, so I keep these topped up with fresh water. Later on I'll actually go to my other 2 little ponds and take some plants out of there and pop them in here, but for now I'm just going to fill this with water and put my solar fountain in and wait for the sun to hit it. I'll pop some more water in later, but this does need direct sunlight. But when that gets direct sunlight, it will start flowing. You can see that it's picking up a bit of sun there and attempting to spurt, but in the direct sunlight that will go full pelt, and it makes such a fantastic noise. I'll show you the end result later. I've hopped in my car and now I find myself in Bungay. I'm on a research mission. The renovation has picked up speed and Mark keeps asking me questions that I just don't feel equipped to answer. I'm hoping that Bungay does have the answers. I'm looking at the architecture, doors and doorknobs and door knockers and all sorts, and just trying to take in all the Georgian architecture, and hopefully I'll go home feeling inspired. Throughout the renovation, I think that I've had lots of answers to hand, but then sometimes Mark will ask me an obscure question about where do I want a doorknob to go, and I'm absolutely thrown. Just love this old bank that's been turned into a house. Wouldn't that be a cool place to live? So just heading home now, and I thought that I'd swing by Harlesden, which is another lovely little town, and I'm going to have a quick whiz around. More Georgian architecture. It's just really, really pretty. Again, I'm not sure whether I'm in Norfolk or Suffolk, but either way, it's very lovely. It's so sad to see another town with so many empty shops. It's just such a shame. Goodness, look at this carving above a shop. It's incredible. Come outside to inspect the new window. I'm having a bit of a wobbly about the colour, so let me explain. Originally, the cladding and the window frame were meant to be a colour similar to railings, variable railings, which is the colour of the front door. However, we then bought the wood pre-stained and it's jet black rather than that sort of off black. So then I realised that the paint wasn't going to look great on the window. So we decided to go for the window colour that we chose for our next door neighbours. And I'm not sure, I'm just trying to stay calm. The door that will go in here will also be the same colour. So anyway, it's a sort of sagey green. I think it will look okay. I'm just still reserving judgment. We'll see. Yesterday I said that I hadn't been down to my allotment for flowers, and I still haven't, but these roses are in my garden, and these are just going to look fab, I think, in a little jar. So I'm going to lean across and cut them, and that's just going to fall, I think. This is just an area where we store building materials, and this rose has been cut back time and time again, but it just keeps growing back. So those are really, really pretty. This is actually a rose that was here when we moved. It's quite a bright colour. I wasn't sure that I wanted to keep it, but it's so resilient and it keeps coming back. And because it was here in the first instance, I think maybe it needs to stay. I might have to take some cuttings. There we go, that will do. And I'll go and put these in the pot in my garden. They look very pretty and it saved me a trip to the allotment. It's Tuesday morning, and much to Mark's frustration, I've decided that I just can't live with the black and the green. I need to go back to the original plan, and that's to have all of this wall in a railings type colour, including the window frame and door. It's so difficult to make a decision to do some work again, especially when we just want to crack on. And I can completely understand how frustrated Mark is. But from my perspective, I've put so much thought into this and how it's going to look that actually to make a decision based on a curveball such as the cladding coming in black rather than railings, it then just affects all the other decisions. And I've really thought about this long and hard, and it's just not the right thing to start going off plan. This is going to have a time and cost impact, but it will be worth it. I know it will. I'm just heading into the garden. Rowan is home from school and she's challenging me to a game of cards, which we love to do on these lovely sunny days. Are we playing gin rummy? I'm going to win. No, right, let's get going then. This is a very promising hand. I'm definitely going to win. There's a very smug face behind those cards. I'm definitely going to win. I've won, Rowan. Gin rummy. You don't look impressed. Another game? Yeah. Good morning. You'll never guess where I'm heading today. I can't quite believe it myself. I'm going to do some modelling. I'm registered with a modelling agency, never expecting to get any work, but today I have got a job and I'm heading to Buckinghamshire, I think it is, and I will be modelling for the day. If I get an opportunity, I'll do some filming so you can see what it's like. As though I haven't been around much this week, and Mark's been exceedingly busy too with work, but he has been doing a bit in the evenings. And as you can see, a door is partly installed now. I'm assuming he's going to put the glass in this evening. So yeah, although currently a bit of a mess and I daren't even pan down onto the ground, it can all be tidied up, obviously. A decision has been made about the colour. I just can't live with the change of colour, so we're going back to the original plan, and the cladding and the window and the door frame will all be painted in our Farrow and Ball railings colour. It's going back to the original plan, and for me it's just the right decision. We've ordered the door locks, which is good. We'll finally be secure. And the other thing is to tell you about is that we're actually going to make the doorknobs ourselves, or we're going to attempt to at least. We're going to set up a smelt and use all the reclaimed copper from the copper pipes in the house to try and make some doorknobs. We've got a design in mind, so we'll have to do a separate video for that and show you how we get on. We've never done it before, so it might be a disaster, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the back of the house. I can't wait to show you it when it's fully finished. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure whether you can see that, but I've just pulled into the petrol station and I have absolutely 0 miles worth of petrol left in my tank. I've just been travelling along with severe travel anxiety, and there just wasn't a petrol station to pull into. But anyway, thankfully I've just managed to get here in the nick of time. It's such a lovely evening. We've decided to crack open some champagne. This is some champagne that I was given for my 50th birthday earlier this year. And we haven't really had a proper toast to me hitting, what am I on now? 62,000 followers on Instagram. So we thought we'd crack open some champagne and celebrate that. Cheers. That's so good. It's been such a full-on week. It's actually been lovely this afternoon just to unwind a bit and start to relax into the weekend. So if Rowan can just come a bit closer, you'll see that I've been having a bit of fun setting the table for a barbecue this evening. It's a rare day. We're all actually here at the same time for tea time. So we're having a barbecue, and I've got out my lovely Dalton plates and linen tablecloths. I know there's going to be some criticism. I haven't had a chance to iron them, but does it matter? Not really, not here at Elegantly Knackered Star Corner. But yeah, I've got all sorts out. Candles will be lit, wine will be poured as we just head into the weekend. So I have really hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you have, please remember to subscribe. I'm going to cut it short here. this week because I'm heading out to Cambridge tomorrow to meet a friend. So I'll do some video footage in Cambridge, which will be in next week's vlog. Anyway, hope you're having a great weekend and I will catch up again with you the same time next week. Bye for now.